Happy Friday! Mrs. Novell here. We're going to do something fun today. I'm obsessed with paper printing, and so today I have a new way of paper printing. It's actually not a new way, I didn't create this, but this is a really fun idea. Today we're going to use foil and some cardboard. So find a piece of cardboard. This is like a 5x7 size, I think, or you can do bigger if you want to. It's entirely up to you. A piece of foil to go around it. You're going to need some paper, just regular cardstock, or regular paper is probably fine too. You're going to need a cloth that's damp if you do the marker part. And you're going to need, if you have them, because there's two different ways to do this. If you have craft paint, this is just acrylic paint. Or if you have, this is like a Crayola tempera paint, you can use this too. Any kind of paint will work just fine. I would make sure though that the paint is kid friendly, okay? Acrylic is pretty friendly, tempera is friendly, so, and it's all pretty washable, okay? So let's get going, here we go. Okay, here we go guys. So I have my foil, I have my cardboard, I have a piece of paper, and I forgot the one thing that you also need if you're going to use the paints is you want to get some Q-tips. Okay, that's an important part of the painting process. So I have my cardboard piece, very simple. I'm going to set it down on the foil, okay, and then I'm going to wrap the foil around. I do use the dull side to paint on. If you want to use the shiny side, I'm sure that's fine too. Then you're just going to kind of fold everything over and cover your piece so it ends up being like this. Also, if you're using paint, you want to have something on the background because you're going to end up going over and you don't want to end up painting on, let's say you're on your kitchen table or something. You want something to protect it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of, I love turquoise, my favorite color. I'm going to make this super simple, okay? And what you're going to do is you're just going to put some paint in the center of your thing, and then you're going to use a paintbrush. And you're just going to start painting the whole thing. It's kind of the fun part. So you don't want too much paint. Too much paint will kind of cause a problem with the printing. So I'm going to show you the perfect amount. So just start spreading it around, making it nice and smooth. This is going to be your canvas. So you want enough paint that it will transfer, okay? But you don't want too much gloppiness. You don't want puddles of paint anywhere. That won't work, okay? That will create a kind of a mess, and it probably won't print as well as you want it to. So get it all even on there, nice and smoothly. Make sure you don't have anything on there, yucky stuff, okay? Make sure it's nice and clean. All right, so I've got mine almost covered. Just make sure I get these ends over here. Okay. Now you're going to take your Q-tip, this is the fun part, your Q-tip, and you're just going to start drawing like some designs in there. So I'm going to draw some waves. So you go up and back and up and back. I think I'm going to do a couple more rows of waves. Just like that. Ta-da! And I'm going to do one more row. Okay. So you can see that, see my waves? All right, I got 3 rows of waves. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of paper, okay, and I am going to set it right on top of my design. So here we go. I'm just going to set it right on top. Once you get it on there, try not to move it. And here we go again with our rubbing, making sure everything is sticking. Also, I want to tell you that whatever you draw on your template is not probably, but it will be the opposite of how you drew it, okay? It'll be backwards. So I recommend not doing any letters or numbers or anything like that because it will be backwards when you print it. And you don't want that to happen. Okay, so here we go. Are we ready for the magic? So I'm going to lift up my paper. Ta-da! There's my waves. Isn't that amazing? So that's with paint. So you can imagine how many amazing pictures you can make with this. So this is super cool. I'm so glad that turned out that way. So the next thing I want to show you is that you can actually use marker for this project as well, okay? So I kind of did one, but I'm going to redo it. So I'm going to take my, this was an old one that I did. I'm going to take this one, I'm going to reuse my foil. I'm going to get a clean piece of paper to put down on my, so that I don't get paint all over my new. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to wrap your cardboard up. Just wrap it up, super easy. Okay, and we did some of this we did this printing with the leaves earlier in the week using the markers, and it's going to be kind of the same thing. So you're just going to take your markers and you're just going to start making any kind of design that you want. Okay, and you want to make sure that the marker is very bold and very bright. So you want to get it on there really good, okay? So I'm going to just go around this guy, I think with my blue. I'm just going to make big, bold shapes and see what happens. Just feel like doing that. Okay. Big, bold. Okay, so I finished making my design. It's a little silly. I don't even know what I did. I just did a bunch of colors, okay, and a bunch of different shapes. And so now what I'm going to do, like I told you before, we need to do some water, like we did with our leaves. You want to get your paper a little bit damp. So I'm using a wet washcloth. You don't want to make it too damp, but just damp enough so that the ink transfers. So I'm going to put this guy down. I'm going to put this on top, just like this. Oops, wrong way. This way. And the same thing, you're going to rub it out. And you want to make sure you rub it out really good, because the ink from the marker doesn't quite transfer as bold and as thick as the paint, but it still works. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if that worked. Wow, it did work. Very cool. So you have two totally different ways to transfer your pictures using foil, which is pretty awesome. All right, guys, you go back to your little art space, get out some foil. Get out some foil. So you need foil. You can use tempera paint, acrylic paint. You need Q-tips. You need a little cardboard piece, maybe from your recycling bin, and a paintbrush if you use paint, and or washable markers, okay? So have fun with this. You can do this so many different times. There's so many different options. All right, guys, have fun. Have a great weekend and enjoy the sunshine. Bye.